Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting captaining stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to list the box. What items are encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out. Before we commence the unboxing, I just wanted to apprise you that this is the second part of the unboxing of the Teen Titans action figure lot. So if you've yet to check out the first part of the unboxing of the Teen Titans action figure lot, then by all means do so. If you detest and disdain the Teen Titans, then you may want to abstain from watching that video and check out another unboxing video. So we have DC Universe Classics action figures encompassed within this box. Which ones have I not flaunted in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on? Let's find out. So, we have Beast Boy, we have Robin, and we also have the illustrious, revered, renowned Kid Flash. Alrighty. We're going to scrutinize these three figurines. So, we have Robin. Now, I'm not sure how old he's supposed to be in this depiction of him, but he seems to be either a teenager or a young adult. It's arduous to gauge the age of a hunk of plastic. This figurine has tremendous merit. Why do I say that? I love his sculpt, I love his hues, I love his deco, I love his shadings, I love his textures. He's a stupendous, marvelous, aesthetically appealing figurine. I also relish the Teen Titans series, therefore I have a proclivity to buy Teen Titans merchandise and adorn my figurines. How will I adorn him, you may ask? Well, perhaps I will equip state-of-the-art accessories to him. Perhaps I will utilize acrylic paint to revamp his deco. Perhaps I will embellish his cape. Or perhaps I will desist from doing any of the aforementioned and just leave him as is. So, I love his paint applications, I love his hues, I love his color schemes. Unfortunately, to my dismay, he lacks an ankle pivot. He lacks finger joint articulation. His fingers are semi-clenched together, so he can wield a couple weapons. He comes with a battering accessory. He can throw it at his own discretion. His utility belt cannot be removed, nor can his cape. The integrity of his joints has yet to be compromised. His legs and arms can move outwards and inwards. He can perform an ab crunch. He can rotate his head. His head is relegated to a ball joint, so it can move upwards and downwards. It can move right and left. Apparently, some of the paint for his hair has faded. That's abysmal. Perhaps there's sun damage. I don't know what transpired, but it could be overridden with black paint so that it's not conspicuous. I love his red costume. I love his utility belt. I love his mask. I love his stern look. He looks poised for battle. He's primed for battle. He's on the cusp of charging into the fray of battle. I love his little symbol right here. The trademark Robin symbol. And I love his biceps. I love his muscle tones. His muscle tones are eminently defined. So, not a bad figurine. He also has 2 peg holes embedded in the bottom of his feet. His cape is comprised of rubber. You can flap it at your own discretion. I don't advise doing so. So, not bad. He can be placed into any dynamic pose that you can conceive. His epicness is ineffable. That's all I can say. Is he the definitive version of Robin? Is he the quintessential Robin? Thus far, I would say so. If you buy him new and then he comes with a pole, I love his pole, but I'm not going to be able to get a bow staff or a pole or any other accessories for this figurine other than the battering, because I got him used in a lot via eBay. Alrighty, the second figurine that was in the box was the one and only Beast Boy. As you can see, you can blatantly tell that he emulates Beast Boy's appearance from the Teen Titans. There seems to be an issue. There are these black markings on his cheeks. I don't know if that's supposed to be intentional, or if that was accidental, or if he was manufactured that way. I mean, who the shell knows? Other than the unusual, uncanny, strange black markings, this figurine is just stupendous in nearly every facet. Why do I say this? Well, unlike Robin, in contrast to Robin, he has 2 fisted hands. Not bad. His utility belt cannot be removed. He has a plethora of points of articulation. It's always fruitful when your action figures can be placed into nearly any dynamic pose that you can imagine, especially when you're trying to create stop motion videos starring your action figures. Is he an inanimate hunk of plastic? Maybe. Nonetheless, he still has tremendous merit. He lacks an ankle rock or an ankle pivot. He can utilize his ab crunch at your discretion. So it's nice that he has a diaphragm joint. Not bad at all. His biceps, his forearms can be swiveled. His wrists can also be swiveled. His thighs, his calves, his shins can also be swiveled. Actually, I revoked my previous statement. His thighs cannot be rotated, so that's a missed opportunity right there. But it's not the end of the world. I shouldn't tamper with his joints too much. I shouldn't fiddle with them too much. He's too expensive to be messing around with. So I should just leave him alone and abstain from playing around with him. When I say playing around with him, I'm insinuating that I should abstain from tampering with his joints. So he'll just likely be flaunted on my shelf in this current pose. He can trounce anyone he comes in contact with. He can transform into any animal. I love his shadings. I love his hues, I love his deco, I love his shadings, I love his textures, I love his paint applications, I love his sculpt, I love his design. He's a high quality, stupendous, meritorious, dynamic figurine. I mean, I can't pinpoint any major complaints. Other than the black markings on his cheeks, I mean, there's nothing that really agitates me about him, per se, so I'll leave it at that. These black markings are intentional. I think that they are a mistake. I just would have preferred if his face was fully green, just like it is in the Teen Titans anime. So he's supposed to be the older embodiment of Beast Boy, rather than the teenage version, apparently. I mean, that's the way I perceive it. That's just my arbitrary assumption at this point. So, who knows? And last but not least, we have the one and only heroic, stoic, mighty, audacious, valiant, noble Kid Flash. He has these, little wings protruding out of his shoes. I guess these are supposed to signify wings. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to make that arbitrary assumption. I love his cowl, or his mask. It obscures half of his face. You can see some of his epidermis, but you can't see his full face because it's obscured by the cowl. I'm not sure if this is a cowl or a mask. I know there's a criterion, but maybe the mask is just an add-on and not attached to the uniform as a totality. Who knows? I sure as hell don't. I love the fact that he has fisted hands out of the lightning bolt symbol embedded on his chest. Again, not a abysmal figurine by any means. I would, as a totality, I would rate these figurines to be a 9 out of 10. I just would have preferred if they had finger joint articulation. Other than that, there's no serious gripes. I mean, even though he doesn't lack an ankle pivot, you should still be able to balance him. He has 2 pegos embedded in the bottom of his feet. He has articulation in his arms, in his legs, in his knees, in his elbows, in his diaphragm, in his wrists, in his head. So, not bad by any means. I need to reserve my complaints for action figures that warrant the complaints. I love his uniform. It's quite nifty. He looks akin to the Flash. The Flash is a bit taller. The Flash's uniform is supposed to be mostly, if not fully, red. But there are subtle differences between him and the Flash in the context of their uniform appearance. Perhaps I'm being a bit too unrealistic. The differences are more major than I made them out to be, but in reality, if you were to paint his whole entire uniform red, then he would look almost identical to the Flash. So it is what it is. I'm not going to override his paint applications with my own acrylic paint, but I'm gratified with my purchase and decision. That's the second part of my unboxing of the DC Universe Classics Teen Titans action figure lot. So just to review once again, I unboxed the Beast Boy figurine, I also unboxed the Nightwing figurine, and I unboxed the Kid Flash figurine in this video. So I flaunted 3 figurines in front of the camera. They got their exposure, they're in the limelight. I really can't complain. Even when, actually I made a blunder, sorry about that. I flaunted 3 figurines in the video. They included Beast Boy, the illustrious Kid Flash, and the revered, stoic, noble, valiant, courageous, audacious Robin. I showcased Nightwing in the previous video, so I still need to curate my action figure collection. I still need to print out them in front of the camera for all of you to feast your glorious eyes on. But I mean, the primary reason why I have no complaints is because their aesthetics are just so visually appealing. They also have either fisted hands or hands with fingers that are semi-clenched together, which is always optimal, because if they are supposed to wield weapons, they'll be able to if they have hands with fingers that are semi-clenched together. But if they're not supposed to wield weapons, then they should always have fisted hands. So it just all depends on the context of the specific hero that's being manufactured in an action figure. So this figurine unequivocally embodies Robin, you can't dispute that. This figurine unequivocally embodies Beast Boy. That's irrefutable. And another objective fact is that this figurine unequivocally embodies Kid Flash in action figure form, so not bad. I mean, they look like the DC Universe heroes. They have ample points of articulation. Their paint applications, their deco, their aesthetics, their hues, their shadings, their textures, their overall quality is just unprecedented. I love the Four Horsemen Studios Corporation. Their contributions to the action figure market have been ineffable. I mean, I can't thank them enough, and I'm expressing my gratitude towards them, because if it wasn't for them, then these figurines would not look as marvelous, as elegant, as stupendous, as epic as they currently do. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I appreciate the hard work and efforts towards sculpting these magnificent DC Universe Classics action figures. And I also would like to thank Mattel for producing them and for contracting with them, because they've augmented my standard of living. I love the Marvel Legends figurines. I love the DC Universe Classics figurines. I love the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe figurines. And I'm definitely gratified that Mattel and the Four Horsemen Studios were able to produce such epic figurines. So Mattel's investment did not go to waste. When they contracted with the Four Horsemen Studios to churn out DC Universe Classics figurines, at least for my opinion, it didn't. Even if it had an unfavorable outcome towards a decline of the DC Universe Classics action figure line, it's unfortunate that it no longer exists. It's unfortunate that the line is discontinued, but it was successful for a multitude of years, which is always ideal, but perhaps every action figure line is a fad that will eventually decline and contract and lose traction. So anyways, I'm gratified that I can still buy them via eBay, and if you relish and love the DC Universe Classics action figures, and you may want to opt to buy them on the second-hand market, is up to you. Implement decisions based on your own volition. I hope that you deemed this video to be stupendous and insightful. Furthermore, I hope that you found this video to be enthralling and engrossing. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.